evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika Biama onye na-efe na aja ha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma ma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwere anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my wonderful viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program today. I appreciate you wherever you are connected from. If you're joining me from any part of the world, Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, whichever part of the world you're joining me from, I thank you so much for your contribution on the channel. If you're joining from Biafra land, I say may Chukwukika be my guide and protect you. Please share the video on all platforms. Share the video to family and friends. Go to the comment section and put down your comment. Say it exactly the way you feel it without any fear. You are welcome. You can criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can be able to understand each other and continue to pursue that which is right. Thank you so much. Today, we are going to talk about the plight of the people in Biafra land, the plight of the people in Oduduwa land, the plight of the people in southern part of Nigeria, mainly in that contraption called Nigeria as a whole. I am coming online on a daily basis to speak about these issues because I am concerned. I am a Biafran, and Biafra land is in occupation by the Janjaweed government of Nigeria. They have occupied the land and they have made sure that indigenous people in the country called Nigeria do not survive. The only agenda that the government of Nigeria has now is to push forward the agenda of federalization and Islamization of Nigeria, to make sure that they push forward the agenda of the caliphate, the agenda of the Fulanis, and suppress every other indigenous tribe. This is the truth and nothing but the truth. It is not a hate speech. I don't preach hate speech. Everything I say, you can make your verifications and you find out that I'm saying the truth and nothing but the truth. The contraption called Nigeria was not established to favor anybody. It wasn't established to favor any indigenous tribe. It doesn't matter the Igbos, the Yoruba, the Ijaw, the Efik, the Deltans, the Hausa people, whatever tribe. The company, the British company called Nigeria wasn't established to favor anybody. It was established for the interests of the British. But it's so sad that today, people can kill because of the company which belongs to British. Today, some people are protecting that company of Britain, including by taking the innocent life to protect that very company. A company that doesn't have anything to offer to them. A company that doesn't have any plan for them. They are protected with the last drop of their blood. And this is where we find ourselves. Today, you have seen everything that is happening against the people of the southern part of Nigeria. The Biafran people are at the front banner, fighting tooth and nail to make sure that sanity restored to that very part of the world. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is holding the banner. He is leading the charge. He preached to the Biafrans, cried for the Biafrans, called on Biafrans. Biafrans changed. Biafrans woke up. He extended the hand to the Oduduwa people. Oduduwa people also woke up. And today, Oduduwans are fighting strong to get their freedom. He extended hand to the middle belters. Middle belters are fighting strong to be free. What did they do? The Janjaweed couldn't have it. The criminals couldn't have it. They went all their way on attack to make sure that they bring down our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was why they took a risk of going to Kenya, damn all the consequence, knowing fully well that they are going to commit an international crime. They damn it, they went and kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya and sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still facing torture in DSS because he was crying out for the innocent people, because he was calling for self-determination for the indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria. Self-determination for all. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never called for war. He was calling for self-determination, which is a lawful thing to do. International law supports self-determination. African chartered law supports self-determination. Nigerian law itself supports self-determination. But ask me, why are they not addressing the issue of self-determination? Why are they not calling on referendum for people to come and decide their fate? Instead, they are going against and killing those who are asking for this legitimate right. It is because they are protecting a company, British company, that is paying their bill. Protecting British company for their own selfish interest. Not because of you, not because of me. That is why every single person, wherever you are, have to wake up, speak up on your own platform. We are in a very dangerous time. A very critical time. The problem of Nigeria can never ever end. It can never end. It doesn't matter how, because Nigerians, those who are in power, are not ready to address the issue. They are bent on keeping the status quo, to make sure that Britain continue to run affairs in Nigeria, continue to steal, to make sure that Nigeria remains a company as it is. Nigeria has never been a country. It is a company, a British company, established to serve British purpose, not to serve any indigenous tribe. But the most painful thing is that the indigenous people, some of the people who are indigenous, have been able to sell their soul to this very agenda. They are protecting this British company, including by spilling the blood of the innocent. They protect it by everything they have to make sure that things doesn't change. They are protecting it and fighting to keep that status quo, to make sure that Britain continue to play a role in Nigeria. And if you doubt it, look at what is going on in their politics. Every single politician you have in Nigeria, before ever you can have a president, they will go and get permission from Britain. There is no president you have in Nigeria that doesn't go to Britain to go and take permission. First of all, before you are made a president, you must visit Britain and visit the US for you to be a president. What does that tell you? You are still under colonial rule. You are still under colonial rule. You see them, the funniest thing, when you see them, most of them who claim to be intelligent, you see them, they will come on their social media, they will tell you, throw away the constitution. The 1999 constitution is not our constitution. Nobody signed up to it, this and that. At the end of the day, they will go back home and begin to work with that very same constitution. They will begin to protect that same constitution they have spoken against. That is why Nigeria can never survive. It doesn't matter what you do. The only man who has provided a solution to solve the problem is our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And what is the solution? The solution is self-determination. Referendum to the people. Through referendum, the problem will be solved. As soon as you get a referendum, people can now be able to determine their fate, including writing a constitution by themselves. Then individuals will be patriotic and be able to serve a country that will serve them also. Without that, Nigeria can never work. And see what is playing out now. You see them gearing up for 2023. You see them gearing up for as they are preparing for 2023. Already, the 2023 have failed. The 2023, you have already seen the fraud. They have already given you the footprint on how to defraud the ordinary people. They have already shown the footprint on how to rig the election. That is why the imposter in Asarok refused to sign the electoral bill. He refused to sign it. He began to give some flimsy excuse. He refused to sign it. And today, look at people who are coming out to stand for election. You see some idiots, some clowns talking about Igbo presidency. Nobody is even talking about a Nigerian president. They are not talking about Nigerian president. It's either you hear about Igbo presidency, Southern presidency, Northern presidency, Yoruba presidency. This is what you hear. Regional president, that's what you can't see them talking about a Nigerian president. When you see other developed countries talking about a president, they talk about the president of the country. They are not talking about regional. They talk about a president of their country. Why are they talking about regional president? You're hearing Igbo president, Yoruba president, whatever president. Because Nigeria is not meant to be one and will never ever be one. It's not one country. The contraption called Nigeria is not one and will never ever be one. That is why you will continue to hear this language. It doesn't matter how you pretend, you will continue to hear the language again and again. Today, even when they are talking about Igbo presidency, go and look people who are coming out for the Igbo presidency. The people who are presenting themselves forward for Igbo presidency, people who have declared that we have known now, have seen, and look at someone like Omahi. Someone like Omahi coming out for president, look at Oju Tokalo. People who even in their own local government, they cannot win election. In their own local government, they can't win. I wish they can introduce the issue of when Babangida was there. Babangida, remember when Babangida introduced option A4? Option A4 that showed that you must first of all win from your own local government before you come out. If you introduce that option A4 now, let me tell you, these people who are presenting themselves as president of Nigeria today cannot even win their local government. Mainly in the southeastern part of Nigeria, look at people who are coming. Umahi and Oju Tokalo. Evil men, murderers, fraudsters. They are the people projecting themselves. Are you not scared? Are you not scared? How do you think that these people can give you a better nation? Later you hear about Rocha Sokorosha also. How can these people give you a better nation? Look at the southwest. They are projecting Tinubu. Projecting Tinubu to be the next president. Somebody who is even worse than Buhari, a criminal, a drug baron. His records are there. Who doesn't have a legitimate business he's doing? Tinubu doesn't have a legitimate business he's doing. Even though he has made a lot of, he doesn't have a legitimate business. How he made his money, nobody. Even his age, no one knows. And they are shameless on coming to propagate all these very people and project them as leaders and rulers. This same Tinubu, on a national television, somebody who was defending him and project was being asked, what is the job of Tinubu? What is his job? How did he make his money? Somebody who is propagating his agenda couldn't be able to defend him or speak how he made his money.
All right. Let's go back to the issue of corruption. You said those were just allegations.
Yes.
But I'd like to know, how did he make his wealth? How did he make this so much very big wealth that he can afford a bullion van prior to an election in his home? That's a staggering, colossal amount of wealth. How did that wealth come about? Because I think if I check his resume, the last thing I saw was a counter with Mobile. You know, what business does he do? He's been in government for a while. How did he make that wealth? That's one. Two, there's been discrepancies about his age. I ask you, how old is he?
Well, let me tell you, you see, these two questions you've just posed, it's part of what I have answered earlier. I think at this point that we've gotten to, our emphasis should be on the pedigree of this candidate, what he has demonstrated that he has done, what he has achieved, how he has changed the revenue of Lagos State, how he has put a long-term plan to implement infrastructure. How he has ensured that he instilled discipline.
Honorable Jibril.
How much people that he has built.
Honorable Jibril.
These are the focus that we should concentrate on.
Honorable Jibril.
Because most of these political issues that we keep raising front and back will not solve the problem. So the emphasis now, the focus now, should be on the capacity and the competence of this candidate.
Honorable Jibril, how did Bola Ahmed Tinubu make his money? That's all I want to know. You can tell me what we can focus on. We'll talk about it in the manifesto. How did Bola Tinubu make so much money that he had a bullion van in his home on election day? And how old is he? Those are the questions that people are asking out there. How old is he? How did he make the billions?
I'm also putting it... I'm also now, you've asked your question clearly, and I will give you a simple and clear answer. And when you continue to repeat the question, you will get the same answer. these are all trash from the internet that people keep putting together, and we will not elevate such conversations. But when the campaign commences, we will bring out facts and figures and put before Nigerians. But we will not create a narrative for them. So for now, the emphasis is on the competence of the candidate, what he has achieved, the network he has built, the people he has invested in, and his plan for a better Nigeria.
All right. Can I ask you this? How was this trash? Bullion van was found in his home. The pictures were viral, and there's been no denial. So how are you saying that is trash? And how is it trash that we want to know how the person that will lead Nigeria made so much wealth? You know, and also the declaration of being rich and also state. So that's not trash. How did he make his money? That's all I want to know. And tell me how old he is, so I can take you by something. Because there's been discrepancies too by the people of his age and his wealth. It's just a question I'm asking. Please.
And the Rufai is just an answer that I'm giving you as well. You see, unfortunately, you are posing the question as a journalist. What will satisfy you is when I say things the way you want me to say it. So you don't want to respect my own response. And I think it is unfair and probably very unprofessional. Because the response is simple. We've raised issues here about corruptions. I gave instance with even Ruben Abati himself. And I gave several instances of a lot of politicians in Nigeria where you will see stuff like this on the internet. Well, and we said we are not going to elevate such conversation, and we will not.
Okay, Honorable
So if you put the question before me 100 times, I will not.
The question was asked again. He couldn't be able to defend how he makes the money or his age. And this is somebody who is coming to be your president. Britain will endorse him. US will endorse him to be your president. You see why you have to begin to cry out and ask for the breakup of this contraption. The earlier you wake up and ask for a breakup, the better for you and I. The Biafrans are working hard. Oduduwans are working. Every other person who have not joined, it is high time you work hard. Break this contraption. If you don't break it, it will break you. You have seen new set of criminals lining up. New set of criminals lining up. And you are keeping silent. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. Watch out and see. It is not going to be. More things are going to happen in days to come. More things are going to happen. More propaganda. I told you, electionary year. More lies, more blackmail. Wake up and be sane. Do not be distracted. Continue to demand for self-determination. Every indigenous tribe should continue to demand for self. There is nothing like election 2023. There is nobody to elect. There is nothing like Nigeria. We want a country, a nation where people can be able to defend and be patriotic to. That's not, we don't want a company. We don't want a company. That British company has to be wiped off. It has to be wiped away. And if you doubt me, you don't understand what I'm saying, I will play the record of our Suno Mazen Nandekan. I will play one of his videos for you to listen. Listen carefully from beginning to the end. Maybe those of you who are still sleeping will wake up. Let us hear from our spirit leader, Mazen Nandekan, His Excellency.
There is something written in the Times newspaper, and I want this thing to be published, please. I want it to be published tonight, immediately. I want it published on my page. I want people to understand a letter that was written in the Times of London. July 15, 1998. I repeat, the Times of London, Wednesday, July 15, 1998. Let me read it for you. It was written by a white man. You understand? Written by a white man. His name is Peter Smithers. Peter, P-E-T-E-R, you have Peter. Smithers is S-M-I-T-H-E-R-S. He wrote it. He was writing to the British government. He's a white man, he's British. As I said before, the British people are very conscientious. An average Briton is a nice human being. An average Englishman. an average Scottish man, an average Welshman, an average Irishman. They are wonderful, beautiful people. But once you take them away from the streets of London, or Belfast, or Glasgow, or Edinburgh, as the case may be, or Cardiff, and you put them in the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, dealing with colonial matters or dealing with Africa, they turn into beasts, they turn into monsters. I don't know why. Somebody wrote a letter. It's called the Nigerian Lesson. This is in the Times of London. As I repeat, Times of London, Wednesday, July 15, 1998. Somebody kindly sent it to me, and I'll read it so that the whole world may hear. This is from Sir Peter Smithers. He's a knight of the realm. The proper sir, not the sir you have in the zoo. Only the come up with a chair knight, you know. These are the proper, these are the knights of the realm of the British Empire. Now listen. Sir, I'm now reading verbatim the letter written by Sir Peter Smithers to the Times newspaper of London. Listen, sir, during the negotiations for the independence of Nigeria, the view of the Secretary of State at that time, with which I agreed, was that in Nigeria, we should attempt to put together a large and powerful state with ample material resources which will play a leading part in the affairs of the continent and of the world. This was attractive, but it involved forcing several different ethnic and cultural groups into a single political structure. The negotiations were complex and very difficult. The chief problem, as I recall or I remember relating significantly to the control of the police and of the military. Listen carefully, please. In the retrospect of 40 years, it is clear that this was a grave mistake, which has cost many lives and will probably continue to do so. It would have been better to establish several smaller states in a free trade area. Even some British people realized after 40 years of failed experiment called Nigeria. Sir Peter Smithers, who worked in the zoo colonial desk, he is writing, we wanted to build a country that is so big that we can control, more or less. And that very big country, our problem then was who to give the police and the army to. And they gave it to Fulani. The man is now saying, with hindsight, after 40 years, many people, he wrote this thing in 1998, not 2020, 1998. This white man knew that Fulanis were using army and police to kill people in 1998. He said, after 40 years of this experiment called Zoo, Nigeria, that they created, that it is a mistake. White man is a mistake. Now, he said, we should have gone for small states. Now, this goes back to Aburi conference. Our people should be able to reason. This was the reason why Britain said no to Aburi. Because Aburi was about confederation. Ojukwu went to Aburi, agreed confederation, came back home in Enugu, and go and launched a war. Instead of implementing that Aburi that would have allowed smaller nations to emerge, but in a free trade zone called Nigeria. Gowon said no because British told him to say no. Because Britain wanted a large country that has influence in Africa, that they can control. But to achieve that control, they needed to place the military and the police in the hands of the Janjaweed, Fulani, Miyetiala. And that was what they did. And that is why we are suffering till today. This man said people are dying. Let me continue. In Exposition, it must be said that we did not then have the examples of the collapse of Yugoslavia and of Soviet Union before our eyes. In other words, the man is saying that Nigeria, the zoo you have, Nigeria to some of you, is the same thing as Yugoslavia, the same thing as Soviet Union. And it is bound to collapse. That's what this man is lamenting in 1998. He is saying, we did not have the benefit of the collapse of Soviet Union or Yugoslavia to tell us what to do in the case of the animals in the zoo, Nigeria. Are you listening? This is from a British man, a high-ranking officer. He is a sir, he's a knight of the realm, Sir Peter Smithers. I will continue. It should now be clear for all, but the willfully blind. This is how intelligent this man is saying. It is clear to everybody, to both cockroach and rat, okay, Mochicha, everybody knows it is clear, unless you're living in denial, unless you are a denier of the truth, unless you are foolish. This is from a white man, please, not me. Unless you are willfully blind to see that it is extremely dangerous to force diverse racial and social entities into a single rigid political structure such as that which is being built upon the foundation of the Maastricht Treaty. This man was saying the reason why Britain left the EU, the reason why Britain opposed, some of you don't know what is Maastricht Treaty, but I will tell you some other day. It was a treaty of European Union that Britain refused to sign. This man is saying the same mistakes of the past we are about to repeat. What is that mistake? To willfully join together. He said it is extremely dangerous. A white man is saying is that Nigeria as it exists today, Nigeria, is extremely dangerous because you are forcing diverse racial and social entities into a single rigid political structure that is unsustainable. Now, recent history, according to this man, Peter Smithers, sir, of course, he's a knight of the realm. Recent history suggests that it would be best to complete the development of the common market and to call a halt to political integration in Europe. These are the people of Brexit. They don't want Britain to be a part of one big political superstructure. The man is saying the same thing we built in Nigeria that is costing lives. And who is this man that wrote this? He said, I am, sir, your obedient servant, Sir Peter Smithers. Listen to his title. Parliamentary Private Secretary to the Minister of State and the Secretary of State in the Colonial Office from 1952 to 1959. And he lives in Vico Makote in Switzerland. Are you listening? These are people that knew that putting a country together, people of diverse social backgrounds. In Igbo land, am I the same thing with a Fulani man? The answer is no. I am related to Efik, to Ibibu. I'm related to Asian, as they call it, Upiaja. I am related to Igonomigo, the people who are there. I have relationship with Urobo. I know I can relate to Isoko culture. I can relate to Ishekiri culture. But can I relate to Fulani culture? The answer is no. Maybe even to an extent, I can relate to Yoruba culture, Yoruba culture, to an extent. But do you think I can ever relate to Fulani culture? Of course the answer is no. Because Fulani runs a feudal system, a rank-added system, where one big man stays at the top and gives you tea in the morning and asks you to go and stone somebody and you can't do it. That's what they do. Do you see the difference between an egalitarian society and one that is so structured that order will come from the emir or from the Sadiki or whoever? We are not like that. That is not democracy. And that value system was what the Fulanis brought to Asorok. These are the things that your so-called social scientists and your political analysts don't understand. What is playing out in Asorok today is the same Janjaweed feudal system, where one person stays at the top and just keeps distributing money that they did not work for. Money that they didn't earn. That is what is happening in the zoo. That same thing was what they brought to the center in Asorok, and some of you are too blind to see it. When we tell you that the zoo, Nigeria is unworkable, try to understand there is no nation on this earth where you have divergent values, divergent cultures and traditions welded together into a nation is a lie.
After hearing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I have nothing more to say. He has said it all. It's left for you to make your choice, either to live or to die. It is left for you to make the choice, either to build a future for your unborn children or to destroy their future. The ball is in your court. But for Biafran and Biafran friends and for Duduas and Biafran friends, we have decided that self-determination alone is the way to go. We do not want to be part of this contraction anymore. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect our Spiritual Master Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect Sunday Igboho, secure him and set him free wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike continue to protect everybody that is genuinely fighting for the freedom of their people. May Chukwu Okike secure Master Nnamdi Kanu. Bring him back to us very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against Master Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember, bye-bye. See you again on the next video.